You're watching News 10 ABC, your local news leader.
President Trump announcing today that U.S. Space Command will be moved from Colorado to Alabama, reversing a Biden-era decision to keep it at its temporary home.
Washington correspondent Maddie Biertemple has more on that.
Alabama and Colorado have gone back and forth for the last 4 years over the location of Space Command's headquarters. It's expected to boost the local economy and bring thousands of jobs to the area. Huntsville, Alabama will soon be home to the headquarters of Space Command.
We love Alabama.
Surrounded by the state's Republican delegation, President Donald Trump announced the move from Peterson Space Force Base in Colorado Springs, Colorado, to Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama.
The problem I have with Colorado, one of the big problems, they do mail-in voting. They went to all mail-in voting.
The Air Force in 2021 said Huntsville was the preferred location because of factors like infrastructure capacity and cost. But in 2023, former President Joe Biden said the headquarters would stay permanently in Colorado. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Huntsville is the best move for national security.
What you're doing today, Mr. President, is restoring it to precisely where it should be based on what the Space Force, the Air Force, your leadership believes will give us strategic advantage in the future. That is Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama lawmakers have long argued for the switch.
This move will save the taxpayers $480 million.
Colorado lawmakers have said there's no reason to move.
It's a fully operational command. It just doesn't make any sense, really, from a military standpoint, to move the command.
A 2025 review by the Defense Department Inspector General could not determine why Colorado was chosen by the former president over Alabama. The president said Space Command will work on missile defense, including the president's Golden Dome project in Huntsville. In Washington, I'm Maddie Biertemple.
Focus is on public safety in the race for New York City mayor following violence after yesterday's parade and the shooting that happened in the Bronx. Public safety, a big difference between the Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo. While rallying with supporters in the Bronx, Mamdani says his approach to policing would be the best approach following the trouble after the West Indian Day parade. He wants to beef up violence interruption programs and create what he calls a Department of Community Safety.
Too often, these are taking place at a pilot level. We have the resources, it's just a question of the political will to scale this up to every single precinct to ensure that we actually take that which works and gives it to each and every New Yorker.
Mamdani wants to keep police at the parade, but he says he would not raise the NYPD head count, meaning adding more officers. And he wants officers to focus more on solving crimes rather than responding to homeless issues or mental health problems. Cuomo disagrees.
He is a danger to New Yorkers. He is dangerous and he is reckless because of his inexperience and his political philosophy.
Curtis Lee was the only candidate for mayor who says, identify them. If they've committed a crime, arrest them, prosecute them, and put them on Rikers Island.
Obviously, that's Republican nominee Curtis Lee promising 7,000 more police officers and tougher tactics, including more undercover officers. Mayor Adams, his comment, he was out of town celebrating his 65th birthday in Florida. Back to school means kids are back on those school buses, and for their safety, drivers are being urged pay attention to those stop signs. The executive director of the New York Association for Pupil Transportation says they estimate about 50,000 drivers blow by school buses illegally every single day in this state. And when it comes to those divided highways, he shares this reminder.
You can't pass even on a divided highway with a barrier in the middle. And a lot of people understandably don't know that. So again, you see the red lights, you just need to stop for that bus. Regardless, if that's 50,000 or if it's 5, it's too many, because each one of those represents a threat to a student who is defenseless, crossing the highway or in the case of a right side pass, just stepping off the bus.
Illegally passing a bus obviously puts a child in hurt. You could hurt or kill a child. In addition, though, there's also the fines. First-time offenders could get up to $400 in a fine, 5 points on the license, 30 days in jail. For a second offense, it's a $750 fine, 6 months in jail. Third offense would be a fine of up to $1,000. Mandatory revocation of your driver's license, it's gone, and up to 180 days in jail as well.
New York State will face a shortage of 30,000 nurses by 2030, according to the Albany County Executive's Office. Cost of education is often a barrier to entry for those who would otherwise become healthcare workers. Today, government, education, and healthcare officials coming together to celebrate a program that will provide free education for future healthcare workers. Albany County Executive Dan McCoy thanked Maria College for their partnership with Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. Any of the 350 employees will now be able to get an education in the healthcare profession for free. Students must finish their degree by May 2027 and work for a facility that accepts Medicaid for 3 years. That includes Shaker Place.
These educational opportunities make all the difference in us being able to care for our residents.
It's not something that I think that I could have been able to do on my own, so this is going to open the doors for me as well as so many more other people.
Sean Banton, a CNA trainee, said he's grateful to the program for making his career goals possible. It's not just employees at healthcare facilities that can take part in the program. Anyone who wants a career change or is unemployed can apply. We have a link on our website, NEWS10.com.
Looking to get ahead of the start of spooky season, you can attend some ghost tours at the Ventforth Hall in Berkshire County. Robert Oakes, author of Ghosts of the Berkshires, going to lead people through the rooms and the halls of the historic estate, sharing tales of its many hauntings. You'll stand in places where the eerie encounters occurred, listen to the first-hand accounts of those who experienced the ghosts, and more. Tours are at 7 o'clock Saturday, September 13th, Friday the 26th. Admission is $30. You have to be at least 12 years old to do this. It's a little spooky. Reservations are strongly recommended because tickets are limited.
Meanwhile, closer here in the Capital Region, Horror Haunted Night returns to the Malta Drive-In Theater this weekend.
The organizers say that horror enthusiasts are going to be treated to a double feature.
Screenings this Saturday will be The Conjuring Last Rites, which is rated R, and Weapons, also rated R, while live scare actors, be prepared for that, will roam the grounds.
Keep your doors locked. All right, local haunt production company Boo 365 returning to the theater for the second time now this year after a popular summer event back in June. This time around, they'll be bringing a new set of characters to scare and entertain the moviegoers all throughout the night. For more information, go to news10.com.
That's really going to increase the jump scares if you're looking
right.
at the screen and then all of a sudden somebody knocks on your window. Time now to head out to the weather deck. We promise not to do that to you out, or we promise not to do that to you out there on the weather deck.
You're safe.
Listen, the weather's going to be beautiful the next few days. Nothing to get too scared over, especially if you're a summer lover and you're not ready to give up the warmer weather. We are going to cool things down a little bit later in the weekend, but for now, weather is still looking so nice the next few days. Beautiful day today. Temperatures warmer too since we got rid of the cloud cover from yesterday, which prevented our temperatures from warming. We ended up in the low 80s today. 81 was the high, Albany up through Glens Falls. And you see pretty uniform temperatures, too, across the whole Northeast. Highs ended up being close to 80 almost everywhere. Cooling down now. Skies clear tonight. The wind becoming light to calm, and that allows temperatures to drop off very easily. So we're in the mid-60s in the capital region. Glens Falls already 57. More 50s if you look to our east, at least to our north and east, and then low 60s to our west. So temperatures in the process of cooling down. By morning, it'll be chilly to cool to start the day with some patchy fog. At the moment, though, you see the radar. We had showers and some thunderstorms this afternoon, mostly across the Adirondacks. Those have come to an end. Dry across the area, quiet overnight, high pressure to our south, to our east. It is going to stay quiet right through Thursday. This will drift east a little bit, keep our temperatures warm. Highs are going to stay close to 80 the next few days. It's pretty perfect weather, especially since the humidity is going to stay low. And then ultimately Thursday night, Friday, we do bring in some showers across the area, especially Thursday night into the overnight period. That's front number 1 of 2. Second front is going to arrive on Saturday. So here's the futurecast overnight. Not really anything to point out. Skies are clear, temperatures cool. Tomorrow morning, outside of any patchy fog, it'll be a sunny start to the day. Clouds will mix in through the day, and I can't totally rule out a shower, but generally we're looking at dry weather. You can see that front here by tomorrow evening off to our west. That, again, holds off until Thursday night. So that's the first front. Then we get another shot another front, I should say, into the weekend, and that brings in this really cool shot of air. So Sunday into early next week, a piece of this cool air mass here over Canada is going to drop down, and some fall-like air will be with us Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And we were just talking about spooky season, so why not take a look at the peak foliage dates for those who are looking forward to some vibrant color. Well, the lack of rain is going to possibly impact the foliage we see this year, but what you want for good color is crisp nights, cool temperatures, and lots of sun. We've certainly had a good amount of sun, but peak foliage tends to be October 13th to the 21st, about Capital Region, Mohawk Valley, and then tends to be, of course, earlier than that as you head into the higher elevations, as early as September 27th to October 3rd up into the Adirondacks. So we'll keep an eye on that, hope for some decent color as we head into the fall season. Here's the forecast of the next few days. 52 tonight, we're 80 tomorrow, sun mixing with clouds, breezy Thursday, partly sunny 81. Little unsettled Thursday night with showers. Friday, a few showers are left, otherwise mix of sun and clouds. Friday will be a little bit humid, 78. Little humid on Saturday too. We do expect showers. Don't worry, the tailgate party is under a tent, so no worries in terms of the weather. And look at the drop in temperatures, low 70s through the weekend and especially into early next week. John and Lydia.
All right, looking to spice up your life?
Cassie Hudson has just the place. She'll show us a local spot selling some hard-to-get spices and other things in this week's Off the Beaten Path.
And if you've ever wondered what it's like to live and grow food on a farm, you're in luck. The County Bounty Fair is back. We'll tell you all about it. First.
And playoff time at the Joe has arrived. We're going to get you ready for the Valley Cats postseason opener next in sports.
You're watching News 10 ABC, your local news leader.
A specialty grocery store in Rensselaer County is offering shoppers something to spice up your next recipe or hosting affair.
News 10's Cassie Hudson checking it out in this week's Off the Beaten Path.
Located in East Greenbush, this fine foods market has exactly what you need to elevate your next dinner party.
What I'm always on the lookout for is something that's good and hard to find.
Cooking has been Steve's hobby for all of his adult life, so he's no stranger to being on the search for specialty ingredients. So that's what you'll find here, items Steve would want in his own kitchen.
So the name is Mea Culina. It is Latin for my kitchen. I joke to people and say half the things on these shelves are things that I want to go shopping for, so I just keep them here, so it makes it easy for me.
From caviar to pickles, there are items for shoppers at every price point. If you need a little guidance on where to start, have a seat at the bar, where they offer olive oil tastings.
It's the best way to decide, when you have that many choices, is to just get a taste of it.
Steve works with more than 100 vendors to track down the specialty items that come from all over the state and beyond. Shopping in East Greenbush, Cassie Hudson, News 10 ABC.
County Bounty Tour making its return for year 2 this weekend in Washington County. It's Saturday and Sunday from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Formerly known as the Washington County Cheese Tour, organizers say this event has expanded beyond cheese to showcase the full bounty of the region's agriculture. Self-guided tour will feature 6 unique stops, each offering a behind-the-scenes look at local farming and food production. There's also handcrafted wines, artisanal cheeses, baked goods, fresh produce, and much more.
And now your News 10 ABC Sports, sponsored by Albany Saratoga Centers for Pain Management.
The summer winding down means one thing on the baseball diamond, and that's playoff time. The Tri-City Valley Cats secured their second consecutive Frontier League postseason berth this season, and now they're looking to make a run at the title. The Valley Cats secured the top wildcard spot in the Atlantic Conference with a 62-34 record, good for second best in the entire Frontier League behind just the Quebec Capitals, who beat them in the division. Tri-City will open the postseason with a best-of-3 series against the Sussex County Miners, who they split their 6-game season series with. As one of the top teams in the league, the Valley Cats have their sights set on a deep postseason run. They're looking forward to getting the playoffs started tomorrow at the Joe.
This is next opening day. Now it gets more exciting. So guys are ready, and certainly they're excited. And you saw last week when we clinched the playoff berth, and they're ready. And and then you just start tomorrow night, and there'll be some nervousness, some jitters, and all those things, and some tense moments along the way. And been involved in enough of these series that in a short series, it gets it'll be heated and should be good.
It's going to be awesome. Over the course of your career, you don't get to play too many games in the postseason, so whenever you get that opportunity, it's very exciting.
Game 1 of any series always crucial. Tomorrow, the Valley Cats will turn to Connor Wilford as the starting pitcher. Wilford enters with a 10-2 record and a 3.25 ERA on the year. Today, he spoke about his mindset and what he's got to do in tomorrow's Game 1.
I just got to be calm, cool, collected. I can't get over excited. Can't get ahead of myself and just control what I can control. Don't let umpires or stupid things get in the way. Keep them off the board. I say to all these pitchers every single day, the name of the game is not strikeouts. It's not just don't let them cross home. The name of the game. So if I give up a leadoff triple tomorrow, I'm not going to sweat as long as I get a couple strikeouts and a pop up in the infield or something.
Game 1 at the Joe tomorrow at 6:30. Tri-City will be on the road for Game 2, and if necessary, Game 3 on Friday and Saturday in this best-of-3 series. The Mets enter the night 4 up on the Cincinnati Reds. They play Cincy this weekend, but looking to win their series with Detroit tonight. First inning, Pete Alonso. He takes advantage of the 3-0 count and takes Sawyer Gibson long into the shrubbery in center. Solo shot for Alonso. Mets strike first. Nolan McLean on the bump, ERA under 1 in his first 3 career starts, but trouble in the first. Spencer Torkelson with an RBI base knock. Tigers would add another in the inning to make it 2-1 Detroit. 4th inning, Mets have the bases loaded for Jeff McNeil. He pulls a base hit into right. Juan Soto comes in to score, and we got a tie ball game. It's now 3-2 Mets after a Cedric Mullins sac fly. Still 2 on for Luis Torrens. Lifts it down the line and right, and it is off the foul pole. 3-run homer, and the Mets go up 6-2. Nolan McLean settled in wonderfully. Strikes out the side in the 5th. He went 6 innings, just giving up the 2 runs in the 1st. Top of the 7th, Juan Soto, the man is on fire. Deep and gone. His 5th homer in his last 5 games, 37th on the year, 7-2 New York. Next batter, Peter Morgan Alonso. How about another? His 2nd homer of the game, 33rd on the year. The Mets pummel the Tigers 12-5. Red Sox looking for their 3rd straight win, taking on Cleveland, tied at 1 in the 2nd. 2 on for Cedon Rafaela, base hit to right. Both runs come in to score, and the Red Sox go ahead 3-1. It's now 4-1 in the 3rd. Nathaniel Lowe, what a pickup this guy's been for the Sox. Solo homer extends the Boston lead to 5-1. Boston had their Cy Young candidate Garrett Crochet on the bump, but he was going through it in the 6th. 2 homers already in the inning. Brian Rocchio makes it 3. 3-run shot gives Cleveland a 7-5 lead, but not for long. Bottom of the frame. Rafaela with a man on, and you can forget it. On to Lansdowne Street. 2-run shot ties the game at 7. Bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Alex Bregman chops it to 3rd. Jose Ramirez, a tough play. Bregman beats it out. The go-ahead run scores. The Sox add 3 more in the inning. They win their 3rd in a row, 11-7 the final. Yankees on the road against the hated Astros. They lead at 7-1. Trent Grisham with a grand slam. Jazz Chisholm with 2 homers, including a 2-run shot. Max Fried, 7 innings of 1-run ball. NFL football will be played this week, and boy, does that feel good to say. Now that it's game week, the first depth charts of the regular season are out, and the Giants made a telling move today. Rookie first-round draft pick Jackson Dart has been listed as the backup quarterback on the Giants' first unofficial depth chart of the regular season, ahead of veteran quarterback Jameis Winston. Dart will back up Russell Wilson if that's the case, and Dart had been behind Winston throughout the preseason. Dart, the 25th pick in this past NFL draft, completed 32 of 47 passes for 372 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks in the preseason. He also rushed for a touchdown. While Dart is listed as the number 2 quarterback on the team's website, head coach Brian Dable non-committal when discussing who would serve as the backup quarterback Sunday against Washington.
Yeah, any roster decisions based on who's going to be the backup or who this player's going to we'll have that out there on Sunday.
The Giants kick off the season at Washington Sunday at 1 on Fox. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
volcano in Hawaii, wow, continues to shoot molten rock into the air. Today's burst, the volcano's 32nd episode since December.
Wow, scientists believe they're all part of the same eruption because magma has been following the same pathway to the surface. So far, I don't know why I said it like that. The lava has been... Is Dr. Evil
We're also wondering why you said it like that.
Has been contained with the South Crater,
Dr. Evil.
Hawaiian Volcanoes National Park
magma.
has not threatened homes or buildings, but they're keeping an eye on the magma.
Do they have sharks with laser beams on their heads?
Yes, that's all I wanted.
I'm really not sure how to follow that up. Alyssa, I leave it to you to close out.
Oh my gosh, that's wild video though. It's crazy that the Earth could do that. Yeah, it's going to be quiet the next few days. We'll be close to 80 showers at the end of the week.
No magma here. Have a good night.
Good night.